Lately, have you felt like you've been coming up short? Maybe just a little bit lazy, not really putting in your effort, not really putting your all, not really being sharp within your life. Sometimes there might be a lack of motivation, and there's a lot of things that are hindering you and making you feel this way. In 2024, the article "The Impact of Depression and Anxiety" by publicator Yin Yin Yu, they state that correlation analysis and structural equation modeling revealed significant associations between depression, anxiety, self-esteem, laziness, and phone or mobile phone addiction. Today, I am here to spread awareness on social media addiction. First, I will talk about what social media does to your body and to your brain. Secondly, I will talk about detrimental causes of social media. And lastly, I will talk about ways to quit this terrible addiction. The first problem that we have with social media is procrastination and wasting too much time. In the article, Internet-Based Help Intervention, published in 2023 by Ying Zhao, he states that procrastination is a common in online learning, everyday life, and in the workplace. The literature indicates that 80 to 95% of college students procrastinate, and approximately 15 to 25% of adults report chronic procrastination. Procrastination can be seen as forms of laziness and not really being on time with your assignments. There could be many days ahead of the due date, and you will wait till that last second, that last hour, that last minute to do the assignment. This all comes in within social media. Another problem that leads into this next problem is constant checking. In the article Personality Traits and Internet Addiction, published in 2024 by Okita Ike, she states that internet addiction is a behavioral addiction characterized by excessive and compulsive use of the internet. This is where the social media addiction is very problematic. When you are addicted to your phone and you have excessive compulsion to check Instagram, check Snapchat, check YouTube, check whatever is on your phone, this is an addiction that is compulsive and is hard to break. This leads to all the procrastinating that you do on your phone instead of doing your assignment, instead of doing your work early or being punctual with whatever you need to do. Now let's talk about the causes. As said before, social media causes mental illness such as depression and anxiety. And in the article, Social Media Related Nightmares, published in 2024 by Sohee Kim, she states that social media use intensity predict the frequency of social media related nightmares. These nightmares were correlated with anxiety, lower peace of mind, poor sleep quality, and nightmare and distress. While being asleep and having these nightmares, nightmares tend to usually have underlying effects throughout your day, whatever your brain or whatever you're processing throughout the day. And a lot of this is towards social media. Whatever you see is whatever reflected or whatever absorbed and processed through your brain, which correlates with these nightmares. And to continue with on these causes create unrealistic, the social media causes unrealistic expectations that also correlate with anxiety and depression. In the article How Social Media Sharing Drives Consumption, published in 2024 by Feng Ruan, he states that social media envy, an upward comparison based in painful emotions associated with the motivation to improve oneself, has attracted increasing attention from researchers due to its unambiguous and significant impact on social network users' intentions and behavior. The constant seeing of people's accomplishments, these beauty standards, how bodies should be, all of these are unrealistic expectations that you cannot control. Social media paints this image of what it means to be perfect or what it means to be good enough for society. However, you cannot change any of these things. Social media puts out these amazingly good people, these accomplishments that are rare and really out of a million. And as we see it on social media, we find doubt, we find stress, we're anxiety, acting like we're not doing enough. This also leads to more unrealistic expectations and certain dopamine spikes within the brain. In the article, Unrealistic Expectations Imposed on Women, published in 2024 by the Daily Telegraph, they state that from a very young age, social media subjects them to unrealistic expectations of how they should look and behave. Social media is an amazing outlet for moderation. However, we have to be aware of the causes of social media, like the effects that it has on our looks and how we behave. Why should we behave differently because another person on social media acts this type of way? Why should we look differently because someone on social media is getting all these praise, all these likes on their social media? How come we can't be content with being ourselves? In that same article, they also state that women and young girls are forced to navigate an increasingly toxic social media culture with some depressing results. Guys and men and anything that has a sort of attraction will always see that if they get likes on their Instagram page or if they get a lot of comments, there's a constant dopamine spike and people are attracted to this feature and feature alone. Why is that? A lot of people are attracted to this sudden likeliness and attraction to that person because a lot of other people are liking them. But this is just based off social media addictions. Now let's get on to solutions. 1, all phones have screen time, and I feel and it's very important to utilize this screen time to slowly take down your screen time week by week. Say 1 week you're at 6 hours, the next week you're at 5 hours. Continue and build a schedule to continually go down within your screen time, and you will be less addicted to your phone. Another solution could be hanging out with family, hanging around friends, or being in an environment where it doesn't require to be on your phone. So many things nowadays require you being on your phone, and a lot of the time you being isolated in a spot where all you're doing is checking your phone constantly. Therefore, today I touch based on addicting problems that social media has and how it affects your everyday life. Secondly, I articulated what social media does to your brain. And lastly, I conveyed multiple ways to stray from this addiction. Now, let's put the phone down, be a little bit more productive with our time, get to our job early, turn in our assignments, and do our work ahead of time and plan for the future.